Hello and welcome to this new lesson. Today we will create our first code in Arduino. So let's start by turning or running the software Arduino. Okay, this is it. There is two main methods, void setup and void loop. In the setup you must put your setup code so that can run once at the beginning of the program or the code. The loop, you can put any code or main code here to run repeatedly. Loop means infinite loop. So here you define a specific bin as input or output. Here you can send data to that bin or receive data from it. And that's not just it. You can go to sketch, edit file, tool. You can go to the tool window to set some configurations. As you can see here, you can choose the board, you can choose the COM port, update available for some libraries, we will see that later. You can go to the help and see how you can get started using this. Other than that, you can open some file examples to kickstart your beginning. If we went to basics and went to blink, as you can see here, this is the code for blinking. The setup function runs once when you press reset or power the board. So void setup, here we initialize digital bin LED button as an output bin. Okay, let me remove these notifications. Again, here you initialize digital bin called LED button to be as an output. Now simply, okay, you can verify or upload. We will talk about these two in a minute, but let's return to this area. This is commenting, how to comment a code. You can simply add slash, then a star, then slash. If we remove these, the whole code will be commented, as you can see. So we must get it back. Now I will talk about what this code will do in a minute, but let's talk about these two. If you click verify, it will verify that if your code is good or not, and it will create a hex file. A hex file is a file made in hexadecimal. It results from converting this code to hexadecimal so that Arduino or big microcontroller or any other board can understand the code. Since the microcontrollers doesn't understand such sentences, these are high-level language sentences, so it must be converted to machine language or numbers, which is hexadecimal. That's why when I click here, a hex file will be created if the code is correct. So it basically verify the code and create a hex file that we can use. Now that we created that hex file, we need it so that we can use it in the broadcast simulation environment. I will show you how to get it in the next lesson, but for this lesson, let's talk about this code. The bin mode function sets a specific bin to be as input or output. As you can see here, you can see that it's output bin. The loop is where you enter functions or sentences or codes that will run over and over again forever. We have digital write and digital read. Digital write will write a value to a bin, which is in this case the LED bulletin bin. It will send a value of high, so it will turn the LED on. High is the voltage level. Then we added a delay of 1 second. Wait for a second. Then we send another value which is low to turn off the LED. Then we will wait again to examine the LED turning off. Then we will repeat this indefinitely. That's why this code is called blinking. You can check other codes as well. If we click here, example, you can see blink without delay, the bounce or a button. If we check this one, blink without delay, as you can see, this one will define the lid bin that we just created. It's longer code, so I won't explain it. Let's keep it with the basics, since we are not explaining Arduino in full here. We are just explaining a method to simulate Arduino boards. In the next lesson, we will talk more about how to get your hex file and how to test your code. Thanks for watching this lesson. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the Q&A board. This is Educational Engineering Team.